Hello everyone, this is Lee Schofield, the author of the trading method that's just getting quite popular, the boss trading method. I just thought I'd chuck together this video for you, just a quick little video overview of the last week's trades of March with the 5-minute chart. I've been using the 15-minute chart of late and having a profit target of 50 pips with a 40 pip stop loss and stopping at 50 for a day. This has actually worked very well for me, and most days we're picking up the 50 pips. And the only reason I'm doing this at the moment is because the 15-minute chart normally only chucks up 1 or 2 trades, whereas the 5-minute gets a little bit more busy sometimes, or you get potential trade set up. It just takes a little bit more chart watching. But however, the last week the 5-minute has performed really well, and there's a lot of members that still use the 5-minute, and I just thought I'd quickly take a couple minutes to run through some of the potential trades that Boss has chucked up. Anyone that orders the Boss trading method will be able to see these. I've taken all the indicators off the charts because obviously else we'd give the whole trading system away, but we use 3 indicators, and we wait for them all to turn to red or turn to green. It's simple as that. Once the charts are set up as I show you, it's just a matter of waiting for them all to turn the right colour, and then that's all there is to it to enter into trades. All I've left on the charts here is the pivot lines, because we use pivot lines to help us with targets. Anyway, I'll go right into the last week's trade, starting on Monday the 28th. Okay, we always start trading at 7 AM, Boss members, 7 till 3 to 4. I trade live with my members in the Boss trading room, so everyone can see the exact trades that I'm taking myself. Unlike other authors of systems, I do trade this full time, and that's how I make my full-time living trading the forex markets. So without further ado, the first trade signal we had was 7:15. It came off this bar here. That's when all our indicators went, and we entered a sell here. On this particular trade we had a stop loss of 25 because it got us above this recent high. We didn't have to go any higher than 25, so we put a 25 pip stop loss in, and we've shorted the market here at 7:15. As you see, it came back a little bit here, but we've nicely drove through the S1 the first time. It came back up through it. By this time we'd have locked in break even, by the way, so we've come back up, not to our entry point, and trailed down again looking for S2. That would have been a take profit target that I advised members. Didn't quite get there. There was a max of 63 pips on this trade, as we see down to here, and I actually, as it didn't take the S2, as it came back up, we came out just because we were starting to get the signal for the long, and we came out and netted 50 pips on the first trade, so an excellent Monday there. And then just after we've got out of that trade, we've actually had a full reversal signal come in at 11:35. Off this bar here, that's when all our indicators changed, and we've gone long on the market here. With this particular trade we put a 30 pip stop in. That's the most we use with the 5-minute. Didn't quite get us below the low, but that's the max stop we use. So we've had a 30 pip stop loss, and as you can see the market's gone up nicely then, so we've entered here. Around this point we've broke even, put the trade in at break even, almost come back down but not quite stopped out. And the second time of asking, it's drove nicely through, and getting towards 3-4 o'clock there was a maximum on this trade of 53 pips, and we actually finished trading at 4 o'clock. So just as we've come down to this bit, the next push up we've got out, and I got out again with 50 pips, so that's a 100 pip day trading the 5-minute chart with Boss on Monday. So there you go, started the week on a Monday with 100 pips in the bank. Tuesday was a little bit quieter. We only had 1 trade, but it was a good trade. Didn't have a signal. In fact, we almost had a signal here, and I advised members just to hang on because we were approaching the R1, and we didn't take a trade here. It was just on the turn here, but we hung on there for confirmation, and we didn't get it. So the actual short signal come in at this point here. And we've entered just as it's taken out the low also for confirmation at 8 AM, and we've entered a short. With this stop we've had a 30 pip stop, which has brought us nicely behind the R1, which gives us a bit of added weight to our stop. Gone a bit sideways, come back up here. All our indicators were still showing us a short, so there's no reason to get out of the trade. And just after 11 o'clock we've come down nicely, looking for the pivot first, and it's broke through the pivot and shot down again. We were looking for the S1, didn't quite make the S1, and when it started to come back up around 2, again managed to take out 50 pips. So it was a maximum of 72, and we've got 50 pips on this trade. So that was the only trade we finished trading then at 2 PM, but then that's 150 pips for the week so far. Going on to the 30th, this is Wednesday the 30th, 7:15 here where I've got the arrows. That's our first long signal we had. Getting the stop nicely behind the pivot, which helps out, which I always advise members to try to. We've only again had to use a 25 pip stop for this trade, and you can see how much it shot up. Obviously the news has helped us out there at 9:30, but as I advise members, if you're already in a profit, what we do, we lock in the profit we've got, say 20-30 pips in this sort of scenario, and then we hold for the news when it's shot up nicely. And this actual trade's gone up 71 pips, and after the news most members have got out around about 60 odd pips here, because obviously we've taken the news spike and we've got out more or less on the top there. So we've taken between 50 and 60 pips on that trade also. So that's actually brought us up to the that's brought us up to 210 by Wednesday this is. So obviously this is the power of the system, and as you can see we've actually had no losses at all so far. So we're up to 210 at this point. We've then had a short at 12:45, waited around where it's got sideways. We had the reverse signal, not until it's broke the R1. We've had the reverse signal here, and we was looking for the pivot here, and 30 pip stop loss again, bringing us up behind this level, and we've taken the short. It's come down nicely to 30, and then it's started to creep back up, and again between 2:30 and 3 we're looking at finishing trade. And what we've actually done, we've come out of this trade with 20 pips profit. We was initially looking for the pivot for another 50 odd pips, but we managed to come out with 20 pips as it started turning and we started getting the reverse signals. But we don't sort of enter this late on in the day. So again, that's another 20 pips, and that was 230 by the end of Wednesday. Move on to Thursday. Okay, so we had the fast buy signal here at 7:55. Again, a stop loss of 25, which was all that was needed to get us below this recent support level that we had, and it's come up nicely to our target, looking from R1 to R2, and we've come up nicely there, and we've taken out 30 pips. So there was a little bit more available, but we've just taken the 30 on the R2 level there. We actually didn't take it here, sorry. We've locked in break even. It's come back retraced, and the second time of asking we've taken 30 pips here on this particular trade. So that's 260 pips running total. Then we've had our short signal. Took the short here as the low was broken. We had the signal here. We just waited to take out the low. What we have a 10 to 1 rule. If entering 10 to 1, we look for a recent low or high to be taken out as well. So that's why we entered a little bit later. The signal was actually around this point, but we've entered here just for confirmation. And that's obviously broke nicely through the R1, and it's come nicely down, all the way down to the pivot, which was our target, and that's a 70 pip profit on the pivot. There was actually more. There was around about 100, just over 100 pips to be taken there, and I've held the trade, and there was 70 pips taken out of that one. So that brings us to 330 pips by the end of Thursday. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you Friday, but anyone that is a trader will know Friday was actually NFP day, which, if you're not accustomed to trading, it's a big news item in the US, and it can send the markets a little bit sideways. It can send the markets a little bit hectic, should I say. And I didn't trade this day at all, but to keep things fair, I recorded the day, and this would have been our only losing day. Sorry, that's one of my members there in the forum, because we are trading live still. It was a bit quiet in the afternoon, so I thought I'd do this video. But that was our fast signal, you see, and we've broken the pivot and taken a long trade here. There was only around about 16 pips, not enough for us to break even, and then obviously we've had this news release and taken us out. We wouldn't be in this trade, but I'm just showing you that's what would have happened, and then we would have had a short signal just after the news. And we wouldn't, that would have actually been a winner. Sorry, that would have been around about 20 pips, probably break even. Obviously, I didn't trade this day, so I can't say, but that wouldn't have been a trade so close to high impact news item. But then the next one at 11:15, we had the buy signal again coming to the pivot, and that was unsuccessful. And that would have been, I always advise to members that two losses and that's it, we finished trading for the day. So that would have been the only trading loss, and that would have been minus 55. So if we say that we tick that as well, there was a profit to be made of 275 altogether. Obviously we've taken more than that because no one's traded an FP day. I'm saying that some members do try on the smaller time frames to trade it. I didn't personally trade it at all, but if we keep everything as it was, and if you did trade the NFP day as well, that was 275 pip weeks. So not bad at all. If you trade, even if you're trading at £5 a pip, the box standard £10 a pip that people talk about, and we tell you the exact bank you'd need to trade £10 a pip, you'd obviously be looking at nearly £3,000. Missing out the Friday, you'd be looking at over £3,000 for a week's trading boss, and this is just your average sort of week's trading that you can get with boss, just above average maybe. We look to try to average between 400 and 1,000 pips a month. So I just thought I'd share everyone with that, just so they can get some sort of idea of the sort of trades that we do have with a 5-minute chart. So thanks very much for watching, and if you are thinking of ordering, please click through and order now, because what we're actually doing, we are going to be putting the price up. We're having a video course, a full video set, tutorials being made. I do have loads of videos on the members site in a minute, but I'm having a talk-through guide, which I do with some live trading as well. And that, once that's finished, it's actually going to, the price is going to go up to 197 for the full course, which is still very reasonable. But anyone that takes up the offer now will actually get the whole lot still for 147, and with that you get the full trading method. You get full access to me in the trading room, where I trade with you live every day, so you can see the exact trades I'm taking, which really helps newer members to grasp how best to trade boss. And I can also advise when I don't think it's a good idea to take a trade, which sometimes I don't, when I say, well, we'll just hold off on this one and we'll wait for a bit of confirmation using the pivots and the support lines. So hope to have you all on board soon. You'll get all the bonuses as well with boss, and you will get the access to the 6 months software once the software is complete, which will run boss on autopilot. So I look forward to trading with you all live in the trading room and having you on board. Thanks very much for watching.